You want to attract corporate investment to the city, bring more business in. It's not been easy, especially with a long recession.
Yes.
What's the key to succeeding at that? What works?
Well, this is the beauty of Newark and our advantage, and we have a tremendous competitive advantage. Michael Porter, I just saw recently, seeded my thoughts when I was in the late 90s by telling me, look, I look at cities all the time, and Newark is one of the most underachieved cities in America because it has so much competitive advantage that it hasn't leveraged. So we came in very early on and saw, wait a minute, we've got one of the nation's largest ports. We've got the largest transportation superstructure. If you add the airport and the rail lines and the highways intersecting here, the largest college town in the state of New Jersey, cultural institutions that are attracting millions of people to our city. And we realized that we had a branding problem in Newark that companies didn't realize. You imagine having the largest city in the globe, and just 12 miles away, there's acres and acres of empty land right on a port, right on an airport. And so we saw we could get some easy wins if we just started thinking of ways to brand our city, deal with the real issues of crime and others, and that's worked very well. But you know what? We realized that tax incentives are critical, and New Jersey right now and New York are losing out because of the bottom line issues. Companies are going to look at the bottom line. Where do I locate? And wealth is much more mobile. Capital is much more mobile than it ever was. You don't need to necessarily be in New York anymore. So I have friends with hedge funds that are moving down to Florida and corporations that are moving down south. So we fought and worked with the previous governor's administration to make some serious changes in tax law and give substantial incentives to come to Newark. And now we've finally broke through in the last year, and we're starting to see the benefit. And we're about to go, what I'm really excited about, is through a building boom in my city, because we have dollar-for-dollar tax credits now that you almost get free building in the city. So we're about to start putting up major projects. And, our population's been increasing significantly. Last census, we were about census numbers that came in, we were the second fastest growing city on the northeastern seaboard. So we're really positioning ourselves economically, and even in this bad economy, we're now seeing the benefit of it as companies are choosing Newark. From Pitney Bowes has just built the big facilities in there. Tech companies like Audible.com, banking like Standard Chartered Bank opened up offices in our city. So we're seeing some significant creation of jobs as well as influx of movement into our city now, which is hoping.
Lots of people would like to know how you rebranded. It's still called Newark.
It is, right? But rebranding takes a while, and in many ways you have to constantly pound the message in over and over and over again. And so Newark has got a lot of things. First of all, we're drawing more people to our city because of our cultural attractions. I mean, when you have a Hannah Montana concert one night and then a Ultimate Fighting concert the next night, and I mean, these are folks that were not normally coming to the city of Newark.
Right.
And I love going to the bars and restaurants, just seeing people grab me, "Are you Cory Booker?" I said, "Yes." And they say, I can't believe this is Newark. I haven't seen Newark in the longest time.
You are famously optimistic. Realistically, isn't fixing Newark a multi-decade project?
Oh, absolutely. And that's a problem with America, too, is we have these political cycles that often belie the truth of what it takes to make change. The civil rights movement didn't happen in a 4-year cycle. The slavery wasn't ended in an election time. So But when you're in positions of leadership, you do the best you can when you have the baton, knowing that you're going to have to hand it off and you're dependent upon future generations.